your tarot reader. I hope you are well. I hope your family is well, and I hope that glowing spirit of yours is well. I know it's like, Hattis Daughter, are you gonna upload videos? Family, I have been trying to upload videos for about 2 weeks, and the energy has just been so all over the place. I just didn't feel comfortable uploading what I had. It just didn't feel connected. The energy now is getting more stabilized. I feel more joy. I feel more compassion. I feel more hope. So thank you so much for waiting for me. I will be uploading the winners. And I don't like to say winners because it's not like it was a competition. I will be uploading the ones that I chose for the complimentary readings on my Instagram first. It is, what's my handle? Hattis Hierophant. So difficult. It's going to be on Instagram at Hattis Hierophant. So check there first to see if you were chosen. And not every sign participated, so I still chose 12 people. So there's that. What else? I'll make a separate video announcing the winner, so that might come later on in April, but April 1st you will see it on Instagram. Otherwise, hi Leo, let's get on with your reading. And the center of your reading is the 9 of Swords. And I don't want us to be alarmed because that is like an anxiety kind of energy, but I don't feel that for you. It feels more like you have all of these different compartments, so to speak. And I see like this triangle, much like that, I don't know what they call it, like it's a rack for playing pool and they have all these different balls in it. I see that for you. And I see that you have like this triangle of balls, so to speak, like for fitness, for finances, for school, for work, career, business ideas, finances, love. Like I see you have all of these different things and you're kind of lining them up. And you're not lining them up of like, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4 or A, B, C. Like I actually see you lining them up in like a larger like triangle. And the reason for this, right? The reason for this I see is that symbol. You see it on the Temperance card. It's right there in her chest. And it represents spiritual alchemy, right? Balance. And I feel like that this is how you are going to gain your balance, is by arranging these different compartments in a way that helps you achieve balance. So I don't want us to harp on this. This is not your identity. It is not your title, right? And it's not even where you resonate. This is temporary because you are temporarily doing this. Some of us are actually making lists. Yeah, I see you just moving them around to like, how can I create balance? Let's see how that performs in your moon energy. And your moon energy is where spirit is working for us behind that spiritual veil because they love us so much. And or it could represent your conscious, your subconscious, as far as where you are resonating your energy. And the first card I get is the Hanged Man, the Empress, and the Queen of Cups. Now, Leo, we have 2 major arcana that's happening in spirit for you. It's the Hanged Man and the Empress. And the reason this is important is because the first message I get is like, look, Leo, it's going to take a little bit of time, but once you put that work in, and I know you have to put some work in, once you put that work in, you can expect prosperity, you can expect success. You can even expect these ideas that you've had to birth, for lack of a better word. I also have this message too. Okay. So even the messages I'm getting from that 9 of Swords, I think before even we had this C19, I'm going to call it C19, come into all of our lives, I feel like that you had some things that I just feel like you feel like it wasn't fair. Like it wasn't fair. Like these things happened that kind of tilted your reality. It tilted your ego energy. It didn't tilt what was happening for spirit for you. This was necessary. It was a necessary pivot, right? And believe me, I understand when you're going through it, when you are having this Nine of Swords, the last thing you want to hear is, oh, this is happening for a good reason. Just have the faith. I know it's easier said than done, Leo, but that is the case for you. This pivot was absolutely necessary. And you're being a little tough on yourself. I feel like when it happened, you were tough on yourself. And you're reliving some of it because you're going through and you're compartmentalizing, I hope I'm using that word correctly, these different aspects of your life. And the message here, especially with that Queen of Cups, is to just love on yourself, to be loving towards yourself. Don't go back and forth about how you could have done it better, how you could have done it differently. That's not going to serve you in any which way or form. This surrendering into this new life, right? It is going to direct you in a different way. You have to know that. And when it does, it is going to be prosperous. You see that water that flows behind her? That is consistent. That wheat that grows beneath her feet, that is financial abundance. Not to mention what is growing inside her belly. It doesn't necessarily have to mean one of child. Now, let's keep it real. Some of us are going to have some end of the year babies because of this whole isolation thing. I don't feel that for you. What I do feel is that during this time, I don't even feel like it happened during this time. I feel like you already had ideas last year, actually, that you've kind of brought back to the forefront, and it is going to birth into something incredible, amazing. Okay? Now we're going to move on to your sun energy, and this is where I see you, this is where you see yourself, and this is where other people see you. It's your ego. And the first card you have is the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. Now right away, remember how I was saying that you were feeling like, hey, this is not fair, this isn't fair. And immediately my energy goes to that scale. And I feel like that the scale was like tipping in your favor, like everything was going your way. You were almost like the superstar, right? And I feel like immediately it tipped in a different direction for you. Now, what I do like to see in your ego energy is this Nine of Cups. Now, the thing with the Nine of Cups, that's like a wish fulfilled. But you know how the Nine of Cups work, right? Let's say you make that wish, and then you start thinking about that wish, which turns into a prayer. That prayer turns into meditation. Things start moving in your life to where it directs your steps, but requires you to move with those steps, towards that energy. So it looks like your wishes are being fulfilled, when in actuality, you were intuitively making those moves because you were meditating in that space. Does that make sense? The message here is that it's going to take work. It's not just something that you say, oh man, I wish for $1 million. You can wish for $1 million, but it still requires you to make moves. And that's what this Nine of Cups is about, is you made those moves and they're paying off. And we've created balance. See, it's all making sense, right? So with these different compartments that you're creating to create balance in your life, is asking for it here in your sun energy as well. And then we also have the Queen of Pentacles. And she nurtures everything that's in her tangible life, right? And that's going to be a part of this balance. So you just can't be business-minded and move forward and think, yes, that's going to create balance. Nope, you have to do that at home. You have to do that with your family. You have to do that with your finances and your car. So all those things have to be balanced with one another. Now I'm going to go to your immediate present, and we have the Four of Swords along with the Page of Wands. And these flank your center energy. And that Page of Wands with that Four of Swords. And see, you know what's interesting about this Four of Swords? This is one of rest. This is one of relaxation. For you, the energy I'm feeling is more of recovery, right? I feel like you're going through this recovery process of these disappointments of when that scale tipped in a different direction that wasn't in your favor because you were so used to it. It's almost like things came easy for you. And Spirit almost had to tell you, like, yes, it's almost coming too easy and you're moving in a direction that's not for you. So I had to change this so you could move in a different direction, so you could learn a little bit more. And this Page of Wands is doing this, just that. It is forcing you to move in a different direction. I feel for a lot of us Leos that once we get past this isolation, once we are able to go out and connect, like we've connected before in person, I feel like it's going to change you in a such that once we get past this, the Leo that they see burst out is going to be like, you came back with full force. Like that whole isolation thing, like recharged your batteries. Well, let's expand on your moon energy, shall we? Oh, wow. So I expanded on the Hangman, and I have the Ace of Swords along with the Knight of Pentacles. So again, that Knight of Pentacles, he's the slowest knight in all the knights. And he's deliberate, right? And with this Ace of Swords, not only is this a new opportunity, but it's new ideas, it's new intellect, it's new innovation. And I see that during this time of surrendering to whatever this new life looks like for you, whatever this new situation, this new job, this new relationship, whatever that newness looks like for you, because it's going to look different. Go ahead and surrender to it, accept it, like sit in it, marinate in it, and be like, okay, so now that I'm here, what moves do I need to take? And that's what the Knight of Pentacles asks. Because they want to be purposefully making moves in the new reality. And I extended on that Queen of Cups, and we have the Queen of Swords, so Libran energy, along with the High Priestess. And with the High Priestess showing up in your moon energy already, right? And what I like about this too, coupled with the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords bring truth. Not only does she bring truth, she does it in a way to where it's unapologetic, right? And it's kind of in your face. So since it's coupled with that Queen of Cups, it's one of, if it's delivered to you that way, still be loving. We don't have to be reactive. Or if you feel like you have to deliver it that way because whoever you're delivering this to, they're just not getting the picture, so you feel like you have to do it with a little bit of sternness, do it in a loving way. And because the High Priestess is there, through this communication of truth, some truths are going to be revealed, right? Things are going to start becoming a bit more transparent. Let's expand on that High Priestess. What is it? So I expanded on that High Priestess. Let's just see it, right? We already talked about that, about being pregnant with new ideas and new opportunities, financial abundance, right? Prosperity, all that good stuff. Love is there. That's an energy ruled by Venus. Honey, are you kidding me? How did you get the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a passionate new start. It's happening in your moon energy. Spirit is working, they're pushing you towards this newness with truth, passion, and abundance. That is powerful. So then we also have the Five of Swords. And what's important about that energy, because it's coupled with that, there's some folks that you started with that unfortunately for you to move forward, they're going to be left back. And it's one of those things that just is. There's not a particular reason. It's just that I feel like I need another word besides this new thing, because I almost feel like it's just a small pivot that happened that created this really large ripple for you, Leo. And because this small pivot created this large ripple, it's almost like some people just couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the deep waters. They couldn't handle the deep waters. And they had to leave the situation. Let's check out your sun energy. All right, thank you, Spirit. Beautiful. How did I not know this? So I expanded on that Six of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles came out along with the Queen of Wands. That Queen of Wands is that fiery energy that you have, Leo. It's that energy of, when I see that energy, like I see you. I see you on a stage. I see you talking to people. I see you motivating people. I see you creating this like this wave, like this, how do I say it? It's almost like you create this following, so to speak. And that's who the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands is. And you see, she also has that same sunflower of prosperity. And the thing about the Queen of Wands is that she's relatable in a charismatic kind of way. So although like the Queen of Swords, that's in your moon energy, she's all about, look, this is how it is, I don't know what to tell you. She's a bit more serious. The Queen of Wands, when she shows up, she has a way of telling you the truth, but she tells it with stories, so it's relatable. She knows how to get to the heart of the matter. And because we have the Page of Pentacles, and they're messengers of, listen, if we are going to move forward, if we are going to live this way, let's reveal it to everyone. And Leo, you have such this, you are love in the zodiac, and I mean that from a playful point of view, much like the Queen of Wands, right? It's a very relatable energy of the zodiac. And then I expanded on that Queen of Pentacles, and I got the Magician along with the Two of Pentacles. And the Magician showing up in your ego energy, there's obviously a transition that we have to make. And the Magician represents a messenger from God, a messenger from Spirit, from Source. So these ideas that you're going to be getting, again, because we've been manifesting them. We've been praying about them. We've been making wishes. And now all of a sudden, all these things are going to start appearing. So the message there is to look from each and every avenue that's coming to you, even though it's not particularly in a way that you think it should be received or how it should look or who it should come from. Because we have different sources in which these ideas and opportunities are going to come from. Do not discount them. You are going to have to decide which ones are going to be the most important, right? We're going back to the beginning of the read. as far as all these choices that you're going to make for your alchemy. And that's what you're doing. You're kind of weighing out, like, how am I going to move forward in this new world, this new life, this new way of living, this new, and I see some of us have like a new relationship that we're working on. And it's a very interesting relationship. It's almost like you've been trying to win it. I don't know if that makes sense for some of you. First of all, you can't win a relationship, just so we're clear. Once you start treating it like it's a game, it will turn into a big old game. So Leo, if I'm speaking to you and you have a new relationship and it's like, I need to win, I wouldn't take that direction. It's not going to work out well for anyone involved, right? Okay, so let's expand on the Four of Swords. We are now going to your immediate present, my love. Spirit is like, stop shuffling cards. I told you don't need to shuffle them anymore. Very interesting. All right, so in our immediate present, I expanded on that Four of Swords. So we have the Seven of Swords along with the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Seven of Swords, and sevens are our spiritual numbers, spiritual energy. And that card typically means in tarot one of dishonesty, someone stealing, someone lying, someone taking from you. In this case, I feel like it's someone, if someone's going to be moving, like if you have a roommate situation, if someone's going to be moving, just watch your stuff. They're going to try to take some of your stuff and say that it's theirs, right? So put all your favorite things away, or put things that are of value to you away, because they will try to take it on the way out. There is going to be some movement. Some of us are going to be moving. Some of us are going to have to move, right? We're going to have to transition into a different job. We're going to have to transition into a different place as far as where we're living. But this is okay, right? I'm telling you, we're being guided so much here. This is why I don't want you to feel anxious. This is why I don't want you to feel like, why is all this happening to me? Don't ask why. Be grateful that it is, right? And I know that that's a trigger right there in itself, because you're like, do you know what I'm going through? What do you mean be grateful? Sit in gratitude so you can see this and feel this. This is a Nine of Pentacles. So not only is that one of an ending, but that is your own personal Eden of security, of growth, of potential, and independence, most importantly, Leo. I expanded on that Page of Wands, and I have the Six of Wands along with the Five of Pentacles. And that Five of Pentacles is one of being abandoned, depression, financial bankruptcy, all of that. That is the tarot dictionary, so to speak, for that card. I just couldn't think of another word. I'm sorry. But what I see is it's a transition. I just see, and fives are about transitioning, and transitions are always uncomfortable, right? And obviously work is being done to move you in a different direction. A different direction of, I did it, I was successful. I don't even want to pick up all the Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands you had in your moon energy. This is all directing you to a different aspect of yourself. One that you've been wanting and seeing yourself in. You see, you've been meditating there. Wherever you've been meditating, however you see yourself, because you see yourself differently than where you are. And because of that, you've been thinking about it so much, you've been manifesting it. And Spirit's like, if you want to get there, then we have to make some adjustments to where you are now. Yeah. I mean, how did I know? So I expanded on that Nine of Cups in your Sun energy. And we have the Justice card, more scales. How did I not know? Along with the King of Wands, purposeful energy, fire energy, and Three of Cups. This energy and your Sun energy is just, it's amazing. So, and the thing is, you're not even looking for the scales to tip in your favor anymore. You're just looking for them to be even. Because you realized that having him here to where it's like, oh, Leo, everything's working out for you and everything else is here, you realize that that wasn't balanced. And you weren't able to vibrate at your best. And now that you understand that I don't need to be here. As long as it's here, that's where it is the most delicious, right? And then this King of Wands, that's the energy of not only moving forward. He doesn't make excuses. He just does it. He already has a plan. He already has things in order. So when he shows up to a meeting, shows up to a relationship, shows up, you already know what's about to go down because they are clear. Both of these showed up in your sun energy. Clarity. And it's clarity of letting everybody know exactly where you stand. Being true to you. The big message I'm finding with all of these readings is being okay with who I am. Moving towards your authentic self. And that's what this energy is pushing you to do. Because there's so many different aspects of you. You're just not one thing. Obviously, I see it. And then with the Three of Cups, this pivot that you're making is going to lead you to new collaborations. And you're going to feel so good here. You're going to feel like I finally found my people, my heartbeat, my frequency. That's where Spirit is leading you to, your own frequency. I expanded on your center energy, which is that Six of Wands. And I got the Tower, along with the Four of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So immediately I go to that relationship I was picking up on, right? So that Tower energy, so there's gonna be a transition in that relationship because like I said, when we start playing games, it's not fun anymore. When you start treating a relationship like if there's winners and losers, it's no longer a relationship, it's a competition, right? So I feel like there's going to be a transition in that relationship. And then in regards to your everyday, that Tower card, we're obviously all going through a Tower moment. Heck, I feel like it's been a Tower year, right? This huge transition. It's to rattle our foundation. And on a personal level, not just a global level, but on a personal level, your whole foundation is being rattled. And through that rattle, and that Four of Cups showing up, you see that disappointment on his face? He's almost ignoring that blessing that's right at his face. It's like it's right there. Find the blessings on this Tower moment. Find the blessings in that Tower moment. Because this Knight of Cups is bringing you passion. It's bringing you love. It's bringing you an offer of love. It's bringing you joy on the other side of this Tower. All right, my love. I hope that made sense to you. I hope it resonated with you. I am trying this new thing. I have these angel cards that a friend of mine had given me, and I would take them to work and pull out 3 cards every day, and I would try to resonate in that energy. So I'm going to do the same for us, Leo. So I just picked out 3 cards out of this little bowl, and this is where I want us to resonate for the month for you when you are feeling like this, right? When you're feeling like that, where your energy is not 100% where you want it. The first card we have is clarity. That is such a powerful energy, clarity, because with clarity comes responsibility. It's just not clarity on what are other people doing, but how do I affect what they're doing? That's clarity. It's not only an aha moment about your surroundings, but about yourself. What are some things you need to have clarity on, Leo? And another one is patience. And I feel like that this energy is one of being patient with yourself, being patient with the change, right? We have that Knight of Pentacles. Things are moving a little bit slower along with the Hanged Man that's in your moon energy. You feel like it's not moving fast enough? Have patience. Because when you do, you'll achieve that clarity. You'll see why it took a little bit longer. And then the last one we have is willingness. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. We have to have the willingness to be patient to achieve clarity. What? Where's your willingness, Leo? I just got the chills on that. Listen, I absolutely adore you. Enjoy your April. I will do a separate video on who I chose for the complimentary readings. I can't wait to do that. Otherwise, I absolutely adore you.